Welcome, everybody. It's your boy, the Versace Stoner, with another episode of VSW. Thank you, everybody. It's your boy, the Versace Stoner. We're here with a very special episode of VSW. Tonight, we're talking with the Price City OG, Alec Price. He's going to be calling in shortly. We got some questions, and we will be talking with him soon. And we can't wait. We really can't wait for this one. We've been waiting for a long time. We saw him last night at Master Class by Beyond Wrestling. We watched him at Limitless Wrestling. He's tearing apart the scene. He's in the main event of Pressure Point. You know, he's earned the number one contender spot to face Daniel Garcia, and he has another foe added on to that matchup, AC Romero, you know, so he's going to be having that trial and tribulation at Pressure Point. We're going to ask him a little bit about that. We're going to ask him about a few other things. You know, this is, like I said, one of the greatest interviews we're going to have. We've been very excited for this one. I said last night, Masterclass by Beyond Wrestling. You know, one of the best shows of the year. And here we go. Here he is right now. Hello.
What's good?
What is up, Alec Price?
How you doing, dog?
How you doing? We're doing good today. Thank you for coming on the VSW. We really appreciate it.
No problem. I'm glad I appreciate you guys having me today.
Sure thing. You know, we saw you last night in action. What a matchup at Masterclass by Beyond.
Yep, I got to face the professional Rhett Titus.
That was a great matchup, and, you know, you got to prove again that it's your time. You're dominating it, no matter where you are right now.
Yeah.
You know, almost 2 years ago, you know, the world fell into that pandemic and everything shut down. But since then, you know, you've come back pretty strong and hard.
You know, I was working my butt off during the pandemic, just working out of my house, getting ready, just in case wrestling did come back, and I just, I've been just busting my butt. I've been trying to fire on all cylinders and just trying to do what I got to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you just stayed prepared the whole time, just in case whenever you got the phone call from any of the promoters, you know, when you can jump in, you stayed ready, while others might have not have stayed so ready and stay so prepared.
Yep. People were joking around while I was in my house, working out every day.
I mean, that's the difference of what makes a champion and what makes, just an average, mill wrestler that you're going to see on weekly television. Maybe lose a couple times, maybe win a match.
Yeah.
We can see the difference when we see you live. We saw you also at Patience is a Virtue. That was a great matchup as well.
Yeah, that was a really, Robert Martin was a really good person. Like, he's really good. I love facing Martyr.
And I think, that, to be honest with you, I think that was a great test for you with his style and the way he wrestles for your upcoming match, with Garcia and AC. I think it was a really good test for you.
Yeah, I think it was too, because, Martyr's definitely like that shoot work style. He's a really good grappler. He knows how to, he knows how to press you up if he really wants to. So I'm really happy with the outcome of the match. Obviously I took that dub because I'm the Price City OG, but Martyr was, he was a hell of an opponent. He should be. I wish, I want to see him more into like Limitless and shit. He should be everywhere. Yeah,
he's a really good, he's a really hard worker as well in this industry. I've, followed him on social. I see him traveling around show to show, just getting that experience in wherever he can get it. That's a great thing to do in this, because that's what you want to do. You want to soak up as much as you can. It's the only way you're going to ever get anywhere.
Exactly.
And, talking about Pressure Point, this is the big one. You've waited a while. You've proved yourself month after month after month, since last year's Vacation Land Cup, of how, you were going to, make it to this number one contender spot. You've taken down, Kevin Koo. You've taken down all these people.
Yep.
And now here you are, faced with it. And it should have been just you versus Daniel Garcia, but, somehow one of your old foes jumped in here, and now you got AC Romero in the mix.
To be honest, I'm ready. This is what I've been working for, ever since I came to Limitless and started working with their sister company, Let's Wrestle. I've been wanting that Limitless championship for a while, like, ever since I seen that debut in that Fatal 4-Way match. And the thing is, like, I want Garcia. I'm sick and tired of him ducking me, and he can't duck me anymore because now I'm number one contender. There's no one that can say I don't deserve to be in that match, in that main event with him. And even if I have to be in a triple threat, it doesn't matter because I'm still going to get that championship. It's my time to shine. Everyone knows that Limitless World Championship is mine, and Limitless is my hood, no one else's. So Garcia is just a placeholder right now.
I can respect that. And, you definitely run it like it is your house. We've seen that, like I said, time after time again, no matter who they're putting you up against. Like I said, if AC is no problem for you and you're not even concerned with him, it's just going to be facing Garcia. You're just going to put all your muster and energy into that.
I already beat AC. I'm not worried about AC. And not only that, what I don't get is he's already had multiple opportunities at the championship. Why can't I just get my singles? Like, there's always got to be something. There's always got to be something. You know what I mean?
Yo, I do. I mean, like I said, you won that, all that to get here with, the intent of being number one contender to have a one-on-one title match. That's, you didn't sign up to say, hey, if I win this, I'm going to have a triple threat title match.
No, yeah, I signed up for a one-on-one. I'm number one contender.
Yeah, that's usually what that means, in the world of wrestling. But, I mean, you are in this triple threat. It's going to be something, big. It's obviously the main event of this Pressure Point. It's the last of the, I would say, the taped ever of Limitless Wrestling for right now.
It's the last tape show. It's the last one.
And they've done a great job, really, just, I think, not just only delivering to us diehard fans, but really captivating audiences to grab new fans. A weekly show has done wonders for the indie scene, is getting people to know names.
Big facts. And, before the pandemic, Limitless was doing monthly shows. Plus, they were doing monthly shows for Let's Wrestle and Limitless. So, I'm just glad to see that fans are back and the Limitless faithful is back, and everybody can start having because that's the thing, wrestling is no one without the fans. We can't do our jobs correctly without the fans.
The pandemic proved that. I mean, everybody wrestled nicely and it looked good on TV, and you had your audience.
Good shit. There was a lot of good bangers that shit had happened, but it was just like the taping era was good, and it kept wrestling afloat, and it kept everybody people definitely took advantage of the taping era. But now the fans are back.
And that's where the energy, that's where the power, that's where the magic happens.
Yup, and the fans are a whole different animal than just sitting there and taping a match in front of wrestlers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, that's just like hanging out with your friends and stuff. And, this now you got real audience, you're getting real feedback, how you doing. Whether you hate it, you love, I was talking to a kid online the other day, and, we were just talking. And if you actually go back into your first, when Beyond first came back at this year, the fans weren't really receptive of you at all. And, last night, for the first time when you called out, I was hearing Alec Price chants. And it wasn't Alec Price sucks. It wasn't fuck Alec Price. It was your name being chanted throughout the arena.
Well, the fans were receptive to me. They didn't like me. I mean, I don't like them. So it's a mutual understanding. I don't like you and you don't like me. But I think last night it was just a whole different story because, Rhett's coming in as the TV guy, and nothing against Rhett. You know what I mean? He's an amazing worker. I had a banger with him. I loved working Rhett. But, he was, it was a TV guy facing someone who's been at Beyond, and, they've seen, you know what I mean, come up from...
Exactly. It's, your local fan favorite versus, your TV guy that's already been here, already done that, I get it.
But, I mean, that doesn't doesn't make anything like it doesn't make it a bad match because the match was awesome. I've loved that match. Like I think it was like probably one of my best matches right now, and I definitely want to get that rematch. Like Rhett was such a good worker, and I feel like me and him made magic in the ring.
You did. You definitely did. You know, me and Disabled Wolf, he couldn't be here today for the interview, but we sat right front and center. We saw the whole thing, and like I said, it was a beautiful match, just like your Robin Martyr match was recently. Like the chemistry work that's been going on in your matches lately have been really, really, have improved as you know you've been going on during the years. I mean, yes, you started when. I started watching you at Let's Wrestle, when Maine started running that, and then you started to make your way over to regular Limitless Maine.
Yeah.
But when did you first start into the wrestling business?
I first started training when I was 18.
18.
I'm about to turn 23 now, so I've been training for 4 years, 5 months. Been on shows for 4 years, 3 months, so you know what I mean? Halfway through 4 years and a half.
Nice. Nice. And are you a product of the dojo?
No, I am a product of Belltime Club, the Belltime Club in Wakefield, Massachusetts.
You knows best.
The trainer, Bo Douglas, and Benny Jukes.
Very nice.
I also now, I'm from the Belltime Club, trained in, like, I wouldn't be anything without the Belltime Club. Now I also do stuff with Nepal, New England Pro Wrestling Academy with Chase Belmonte, Smash Master, Darren Benedict. So I'm training at 2 schools right now, just trying to make sure that I can do anything I can and everything in my power to just get better.
Very nice. Yeah, and I like Belltime a lot, and Bo Douglas there, he does a great job. He's a very old school trainer, but I think that's what the training industry needs. And Chase Belmonte, I can't say anything wrong with him either. He does a tremendous job, and I heard only good things about Max. I'm thinking of actually checking out that school just to get some training. And I used to do amateur boxing, and I used to do like some professional wrestling, but then like I don't know, life just happened, and now I'm kind of just looking for schools that are close, and everything seems to be so far away.
Yeah.
But I keep hearing great things about both of the schools you even mentioned, and I've heard great things about, honestly, the dojo on Limitless.
Oh, the dojo's amazing too. If anybody's in the main area and needs to train someplace, go to the dojo.
I was thinking of going out there for a summer, just staying out there and just training my ass off and then come back. But
you got who is it? Like Alexander Lee, Danger Kid, Agro. They're training people there. AC Romero pops through sometimes at the dojo. He's one of the trainers. So you're gonna be taken care of if you're in this. So like I said, anybody in Maine, make sure you go to the Limitless Dojo.
I mean, and that's the greatest thing. You know, you just mentioned 3 great schools in the New England area, and all 3 of them have tremendous trainers that you can just, you can learn so much from, no matter where you go right now. New England is a very rich community for independent wrestling.
And if you go down south, you got Lockup Academy in Fall River.
Yep.
Ran by, I think, Ryan H2O Waters, and
they supply really top. Are they the ones that supply Top Rope?
Yep, Top Rope.
Yep.
They train they have people like me, Kathleen, Swilly O'Brien, Channing Thomas, Nico Silva.
Yep. That's nice
Even
too.
though Channing's originally from the Belltime Club.
Yep. So wasn't Becker, I believe, too, right?
Yep. See, like, the Belltime Club got its hands in, you know what I mean? Like, I don't really know, but, like, I know mad people that went to the Belltime Club and then went to other schools after.
Yeah, it seems to be, like, a good starting place or even a good place to get your foot into the door. And like I said, yeah. I've done some research on these schools, of course, and at some point I'm hoping to get Bu on the show. We've been trying to just kind of playing tag with it. But his lineage comes, part of his lineage comes straight from the Killer Kowalski school as well, which is great.
Bo?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bo was trained by Killer himself. Trained at Kowalski's. He's been training for years. He's been wrestling for like 20-something years. And then my other trainer, Benny Jukes, a.k.a. Toto Loco.
Yep.
He was trained by at All Star Pro Wrestling, I think it was. It was Richard Burns and Tony Roy.
Okay.
And that's Walter lineage too, because Tony Roy was trained by Walter.
Yeah, and it just, that lineage is just a really, like, it's just a certain style of wrestling that's very old school that just, you don't see across the whole country. You only see that really out of the New England schools. And
Yeah,
I think that's honestly why the New
schools.
England schools, you got so many people that get, called up to major promotions out of New England.
Yeah, it's just because in New England is just a crop of talent that's just unmatched. Like, you can go any other territory, you're not going to find anybody like New England superstars. Everybody in New England brings it. They all want it, you know what I mean? And they're all really good. So that's why it's just the scene up here is just really it's just filled with great talent. You got to be hungry to survive up there.
Oh, you do. There's a lot of people that are after that top spot, no matter what, where you're working. There's 100 people in line. And you got a lot of big names in the area that are still in the area.
Yeah.
And some people don't want to move on. Some people love to just stay in the area doing show after show after show because, who wouldn't you? I mean, if you can work 5 days a week rather than 1 day a week, why wouldn't you want to?
I mean, I totally agree with that, you know what I mean? But I want to stay, I love New England. But eventually, I want to start making my way out, in the Midwest. Start going down south.
Yep.
Maybe going, to the west. Like Cali, you know what I mean? Like a PWG, I would totally love to go to PWG.
Yep.
Or Warriors of Wrestling, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's so many, just great promotions that are out there throughout the country that you see on IWTV.
Oh, it's amazing.
That you can't, we don't have access to go just, on the whim. If I, as a podcast, I would love to be hitting some of these shows that I see. And I'm just I just don't have the time to be doing, 5-hour flights, a 2-hour show, and then fly back the next day.
Yeah, no, I totally feel you.
But if you're definitely running the scene, you would probably make your way across. You'd make time to stay, obviously, and, work shows. I was actually just invited to a friend's show out in Kansas next week. I don't know if I'm going to make that one.
Oh, wow. Really? That'd be dope, though.
It would be. I do want to check it out. It's a whole new roster of people that I've never seen.
Yep, and then you can catch another show, because if you go there and ask somebody if there's another wrestling show happening, they'll be like, yeah, there's one happening tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, and then you won't probably see me for another year as I make my rounds through the territories of independent wrestling.
That would be lit.
But, speaking about your goals, obviously you just said you want to, move outward and onward, spreading your name. And, the more you get your name out there in this business, the better off you're, easier to get, scooped up by a real major promotion because the eyes are on the product. But, speaking of that, that title you're chasing has a tremendous lineage.
Yep.
And the history of that lineage is even more tremendous. I mean, you got MJF, your first champion, and you can see where he is. You have Anthony Green / August Gray, your second champion. He's a legend. Christian Casanova, he didn't last long as champion, but you can see him fighting, Cole on TV.
Yeah.
Garcia's been, he didn't want to move on. He wanted to stay, local and pick up more V's. I get that, and I actually appreciate that as a champion and someone that wants to stick around. But, there's a very good chance, or more than a good chance, you're walking out with that title. So, all new opportunities might open up from you just becoming the new Limitless champion.
I mean, yeah, but all that will come. If it comes, it comes. You know what I mean? I'm not going to rush it. I'm just going to do whatever it takes to get the opportunities that I'll just make best of the opportunities that I have now. And I definitely want that Limitless Championship. I'm not going to be the type of guy that, grabs it and wants to just hit, sign the TV and dip out because of, what every other champion. Anybody that's held that belt has, gotten signed. And, I know that. But, at the same exact time, I want to be a fighting champion. I want to prove why I've been working for this thing and, what it really means to me. So I just can't wait for Pressure Point. Because when it comes up, it's gonna be lit. Now,
the only thing I can see possibly standing in your way at Pressure Point, it's not going to be AC Romero. It probably won't be Garcia because you're ready for him. But Garcia does not come alone. He always comes with Blackwood. As you see, he wins matches for Garcia.
Yeah.
How are you going to handle that?
I ain't worried about Blackwood. Blackwood's a buster. Both of these boys are Buffalo busters. If they want the hands, they can get the hands. That's it. Like, if Blackwood wants to get involved in a no disqualification, like if he wants to get involved, bro, he can get the hands. I don't care. Like, I'll give him the hands too. If they both want to do a freaking handicap match, I'll give them both the hands the same exact way. I'm not afraid of neither of them. I'm not afraid of AC. I'm not afraid of Garcia or them Buffalo. But they're Buffalo busters. They're busters. They ain't worth my time. They're just placeholders. Garcia's a placeholder champion. That's why he's been ducking me, because he knows I'm the only person that's gonna be able to take that gold. Like, my foot's gonna go through his skull, and that belt's gonna go over my head. So just be ready for that, because it's happening.
Oh, we here at the VSW are ready for it. You know, we do believe in you, Alec Price. We do believe that the time is yours, and, you know, we would like to see you as champion here. We actually are fans. We've been fans since, you know, we saw you earlier on, I want to say like maybe 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, before the pandemic. But,
yeah.
And then, like I said, the world shut down, everything went to hell, kind of. But, you know, like I said, as soon as wrestling started opening up again, we started seeing, you know, familiar names. We started following once again. And, you know, that was what I think Limitless really did for us, was bring us the road. The first pandemic in the dojo was great. You know, that really kick-started things. It gave us something to do. And then, you know, with the road, seasons 1, 2, and 3, really just opened up the game of getting to know people and getting to see storylines and getting to see, you know, their favorite indie wrestlers on a weekly basis rather than that monthly, you know, once-a-month thing.
Yeah, and the road was big, too, because, like everybody was watching the road. Like,
yeah, it got huge numbers on IWTV, and on Twitter, you could really get it trending. You know, a lot of people were talking about it all across the country. And you got big names. You had big matchups.
Yeah, I got to face AC Romero. Like, that's the first ever, like that, those matches are amazing. If anybody wants to go check them out on IWTV, some of them are on YouTube. Me versus AC Romero, we beat the crap out of each other. I still don't like the man. It's just like King Kong and Godzilla. You know what I mean? I don't like him. If we got a problem, we got a beef, we're fighting. But
I think you guys have a mutual respect. You know, you're both kind of the face of Limitless right now.
No, I got a mutual respect. That's why I said it's like King Kong and Godzilla. We got a mutual respect for each other, but we still don't like each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that. You know, you have to be like that sometimes, because at the end of the day, it's a business, you know, and your business is winning, no matter who you got to beat.
Exactly.
You know. But, yeah, we can't wait for Pressure Point. Like I said, last taped Limitless show. And, you know, and then we're back at it again on the 31st live. And then from there, I don't know the schedule after the 31st, but I'm sure we'll get to hear about it soon, of what's going to be happening and taking place as things are fully opening up.
Yeah. But, you know, it's going to be dope, though. Like, it's going to be packed summer this year.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely been worth the ride, I'll say, you know. Just following everything and just, you know, getting to know everybody, and then just seeing it all play out in the end and it all come back. You know, there was something so electrifying about that crowd in the Armory that night, you know, when, you know, Rich came out and everybody was welcoming him back. And, you know, we got to see the ring announcers and the commentators come back, and Randy Carver and everybody. I think everybody. It was a
special moment.
It was definitely a special moment for wrestling. You know, we got to see a lot. I think it was a very emotional moment that night. We got to see, you know, what happened with MSP. We got to see an array of emotions between, you know, happiness, sadness, everything. It was just a total package show.
Yeah, no, it was everything the first show with fans back needed to be.
It was, and, you know, it's everything independent wrestling is, and, you know, that's what we love to see. So we love to cover. That's why we cover it. You know, we covered this, you know, we started this podcast not only just because of our love of indie wrestling, but also because we were noticing something. We were noticing, you know, we're going to show after show after show, sometimes 3 in a weekend. We're seeing amazing matches. We're seeing some, you know, crazy matches. But, you know, we're seeing names never getting anywhere past the promotion they're in, or, you know, a few promotions out of the state. And we just are like, why is this? Why is this? And it's like, well, no one's talking about these guys either. So I was like, you know what? We're going to start a podcast. We're going to start covering the indie scene as much as we can. We're going to start mentioning names. We're going to start getting other people to listen to it, talk about it, And let's get names out there so other people, other promoters from across the country can see these people.
Yep.
You know, and
that's why I appreciate people like you guys that do the podcast and like help people that don't have names, and they're not just looking for like TV guys to come on their podcast. They legitimately want like good independent wrestlers to come on and like just give them a platform to tell the people who they are, and new listeners like to figure out who we are. You feel me?
Exactly. I mean, I'm sure a bunch of people want somebody right now from SummerSlam to talk about their main event, but not me. I would rather, let's talk with you about your main event coming up at Pressure Point and, you know, keep it local. But it's also, to me, this match is maybe even more important because I follow the indie scene so much more than I follow major wrestling. You know, last night I watched that banger IWTV title match. You know, for me, that's a very prestigious title as well. You know, that match between Yuta and Moriarty a few shows back was you know, left me in awe as I sat there in the crowd. You know, you don't get all that. You don't really get that passion on TV, believe it or not. You really don't.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna, we're just about out of time on the show. I do want to ask you one more question as we're gonna let go. So as things are opening up, and you mentioned a few things, give me 3 people you'd like to see yourself face in the next, year.
I want to face Lee Moriarty. If I can have the opportunity, I want to face Beef the Freak. And I'll give 2 more.
Yep.
One is my dream right now because he's back on the Indies, Cassius Ohno.
Yep.
Or Chris Hero. My bad. Cassius Ohno was his WWE name. And I also definitely want to work Wildheart Cole Radrick.
Very good. That sounds great. You know, and hopefully we can see those matches in the next year. I think that would be fantastic. I thank you.
Dougie. Thank you so much for letting me come on.
Oh, anytime.
If anybody's listening, follow me on my social medias. You know you want to. You know you have to. Go to Twitter, Instagram. It's the @PriceCityOG. Same thing on both. You can go to my Facebook. It's the Prize Alec Price. That's my page. Alec Price is my account. I may or may not accept your friend request. And not Cash App. And Snapchat's only for the woes.
There you go, folks. There you have it. Thank you again for, giving us everything that we asked for, and we really appreciate it. We can't wait to see you at Pressure Point.
No problem. Thank you for having me on again. Thank you. Have a nice day, doggy.
YouTube. What a great interview, folks, from the Prize City OG. There you go. Pressure Point, like I said, coming up. It's going to be him. He's the #1 contender facing AC Romero, that grudge match, but he's also got the world champion Daniel Garcia in the mix, so it is a triple threat world championship match, and that is going to be the main event of Pressure Point. You're not going to want to miss it, folks. Like he said, go check out anything you can. Alec Price, YouTube it. There's a few matches, I think, on there for free. If not, you can watch them on the road. You can watch them on Limitless. You can watch them at Beyond. You can watch them, in a lot of different promotions on IWTV. So definitely check it all out. Soak it all in. I thank you, everybody, for listening. Have yourself a great night. Versace Stone.